Good morning, triple MA crossover auto trading beta test, guys. 7/14, 19th of July 2017. Right, folks, hopefully this is the game changer. Someone was asking questions about whether there was a way to filter out range-bound market conditions from the automated trading approach or program. And that makes total sense because moving averages work really well in trending conditions and are pretty useless in range-bound markets. So if you look at any old chart or any time frame, you can see if you go to one second, let's get rid of this. You can see all these kind of range-bound conditions create false signals, whereas trending conditions, like you see here, create great signals. Let's just make this chart a bit bigger. And so again, same thing here, trending market conditions, nice strong trends, you get great signals. Range-bound, crap signals. Although saying that, some of these aren't tradable, but by and large you're going to get much better signals in significant areas where you see a strong trend. So the question is, how do you identify trend? And for quite a long time I've been looking at moving average slopes, which are useless in MT4 because the angle of these moving averages changes depending on your screen resolution, as you can see. So it's not really very indicative. So depending on how you draw the chart, or how you do this kind of thing, it will affect all of the visual representation. So using slope angles and stuff is not going to work. In the same way, using trend-based oscillators like ADX and MACD, it's not going to work because they're just too lagging, and ultimately what you see here, these moving averages are a reflection of a trend. And so what I thought about doing was to create a sample point. So you see at the top left hand corner up here, you've got MA3, which is our long-term moving average. Let's just change that on this chart to something a bit longer. Remember, the longer the third moving average, the better, really, because it's going to filter out nice trending conditions. So your signals automatically improve when you use a longer term moving average. But if we could only take trades in these strong periods where the moving average, the delta on this moving average is changing and it is over a certain amount, then that would keep us out of these range bound conditions. So with that in mind, what I've done is created a little program within the main indicator code which looks at the delta of the moving average, and the delta is the change between the last printed moving average and the period here you see in the square bracket. So MA3 square bracket 1 delta means that it's proprietary in a way, the way I've done this, but it's giving us a value of 1.7. So if I go down to check sign and then I go onto the chart, it's got to be a check sign, so a tick arrow. And if I want to basically take trades in when the moving average is on the move and is this kind of slope, I just click there. And you can now see the MA3 357, which is the 357th candle where this tick was found. So the MA3 357 delta at the sample point, which is 357, is 14.03. So with that in mind, if I want to filter out any conditions where the moving average is not on this gradient, if you like, I go down to the interface and I go MA3 delta threshold and stick in, I don't know, 14.1. And that's not going to filter out all these historical moving average crosses, because that's just kind of they're just in the mix at the moment. Although I could improve the system so that it would then filter out all these historical crosses. But now, if I enable auto trading on the system, stop to break even, I need to make sure if you use stop to break even, you put some break even padding in, because otherwise it will just move the stop to break even as soon as the position goes into profit, and then it will execute, close you out too quickly. Trading stop 5 and so on. And now what will happen is, if we get signals and if the moving average is on this gradient and the delta satisfies our threshold levels, then a trade will be placed. So there you go, folks. That is how this revised system works. It's a little bit quirky. So if you change the time frames and then come back, it will delete your check signal. You're getting a possible cross up on this is possible, so that's a touch-based alert for this sterling US dollar chart. That we don't remember, I've disabled touch-based trades at the moment, so make sure you go for printed. I know some of you guys want the option to have touch-based automated trades. You're still going to get an alert on the touch-based trades, as you just saw there. So if we go back to the alert history, you can see we've got a possible cross up on that sterling US dollar 60-minute chart. So you're still going to get your alerts, but at the moment I've disabled automated trading, because what it does is it just confuses the hell out of people. Because if you're getting, if you're trading on short time frames with a reduced interval between the trades, so if you've got, if you're trading on 1 minute and you've got a 1 minute interval between the trades, and if you haven't set these stop to break even or trading stop parameters up particularly well, and you can start to get lots and lots of trades being triggered if you're using touch-based functionality, and it's just confusing because they don't tally in with the arrows, and so people start thinking, what the hell's going on? So for the time being, I've taken that out of the mix, just to kind of declutter things, I think, from a sort of an understanding perspective. So there you go, folks. Once again, you can check sign. Don't use thumbs up, arrows up. It's got to be a check sign, so the tick is looking for that specific arrow code. Go to any time frame you like. You're looking to trade. Find an area you like the look of where the long-term moving average, in this case we're using 20 on this one, so let's go to 100 again. Find an area where you like the profile of that moving average, you like the look of the trades which have been, or the indications of trades which have been triggered historically. So if you like the look of this area, just put your check sign in here. So we're getting a MA3 363 delta, and it's got a 41 on this time frame. So at the moment on the MA3 delta on the last candle, which is 1, is currently 30, so it's quite a steep in gradient, but it's still in trend. So I'd be kind of tempted to resample that, actually. So to resample it, just change the time frame, toggle it to get rid of the old check sign, and then put a new check sign in here. Yeah. So they're saying that the system's saying delta at sample point 24 is 34.38. So if you wanted to set up auto trading on this chart, just go down to MA3 dollar threshold if you want to use the filter, and let's go for 35. Stop to break even, 10 pips, press enter, remember, 5 pip trading stop, half a lot, done. So that is an interesting enhancement. What I'll do is I'll package all this up now, and I'll then make sure it's available in the license management area. The beta test program is going to run till the end of the month, and then I need to get this out because I've spent too long on it now, and I think it's pretty much ready to go. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching. I'll send the email out as soon as it's packaged up.